Once again, good morning to all of you. I am continuing the same subject, same chapter, supply, standard level, subject, economics, chapter 4, supply. In previous lecture, we have completed expansion and contraction of supply. Now, new topic is increase and decrease in supply. Increase and decrease in supply. The first one is increase in supply. Whenever supply increases, due to other factors other than price, whenever supply increases due to other factors other than price, means price does not change, price remain same, but due to some other factors, and other factors we have already done. For example, level of technology, price of or cost of factors of production, government policies, competitors policies, change in price in near future, these are all other factors. So whenever due to these factors, if supply increases without changing in price, then it is called increase in supply. Means in case of increase in supply, price remain same, price does not change. Price does not change or it remain same. Now decrease in supply. Whenever supply decreases, due to other factors other than price, so whenever supply decreases due to other factors other than price, then it is called decrease in supply. So whenever supply decreases or whenever supply increases, if supply increases due to other factors, then it is called increase in supply. If supply decreases due to other factors, it is called decrease in supply. In both increase and decrease in supply, price remain same, price does not change. Here also price does not change or it remains same. Now diagram. First, for increase in supply. Now price is OP, and at this price supply is OQ. Now according to increase in supply, price does not change, price remains same. But due to some other factor, supply increases, means supply increases from OQ to OQ1. Now earlier, our supply curve is like this. But now, in second condition, when price remains same, but then also supply increases. Why supply increases? Due to other factors, not due to price. That's why price remains same. But due to some other factors, supply increases from OQ to OQ1. So join this price with Q1. Now new curve is like this. Earlier supply curve E. Now new supply curve is S1, S1 and new equilibrium point E1. So in case of increase in supply, supply curve, whole supply curve shift downward to the right. Downward to the right. So in case of increased supply, supply curve shift downward to the right. This is right side and downward to the original supply curve. That's why it is called downward to the right. So in case of increase in supply, whole supply curve shift downward to the right. Now in case of, this is an example of increase in supply. Increase in supply. Now diagram of decrease in supply. Now original price is OP, original supply is OQ. Original here means at OP price, right now at OP price supply is OQ. It means supply curve is like this. S, S. This is equilibrium point. Now due to other factors, not due to price, due to some other factors, if supply decreases, for example, if supply decreases from OQ to OQ1, price remains same, only supply is changing, that's why joint price with the supply, decreased supply. Now new supply curve is like this. S1, S1. Here supply curve is shifting. In this case, supply curve is shifting downward to the right. But in case of decreasing supply, supply curve shift upward to the left. Upward to the left. So in case of both increase in supply or decrease in supply, supply curve shift either, whole supply curve shift either downward to the right or upward to the left. That's why increase and decrease in supply is also known as movement along a supply curve. Movement along a supply curve. The another name of increase and decrease supply is movement along a supply curve. Movement along a supply curve. So why increase and decrease in supply is called movement along a supply curve? Reason or answer is, in case of both increase and decrease in supply, whole supply curve shifted either downward to the right or upward to the left. In case of increase in supply, it shifted downward to the left, right, or in case of decreasing supply, it shifted upward to the left. The whole supply curve is shifted either downward or upward. That's why it is also known as movement along a supply curve. Now next topic is difference between expansion of supply and increase in supply. Next topic is difference between expansion of supply and increase in supply. Now first, expansion, and second one is increase. Expansion of supply and increase in supply. Now first difference. First one is meaning. When supply rises due to rise in price. When supply rises due to rise in price is called expansion of supply. Expansion of supply. In case of increase in supply, when supply rises due to other factors other than price, then it is called increase in supply. When supply increases or rises due to other factors other than price, then it is called increase in supply. But when supply increases due to increase in price, is called expansion of supply. Second difference, here price increases. In case of increase in supply, price remain same or it does not change, or it does not change. Third difference, in case of expansion of supply, we will show difference through diagram. X, Y, P, Q, O supply, here price. So when price increases, supply also increases, means rises. E1. In this way we can show the difference between expansion of supply and increase in supply. First diagram, in case of expansion, now increase in supply. X, Y, P, Q, O. Now here price remains same, but due to some other factors, supply increases, this supply line. Price, due to some other factors, supply increases. Earlier supply curve was like this, but now supply curve shifted downward to the right. This SS and new supply curve is S1, S1. So in this way, we can show difference between expansion of supply and increase in supply. Fourth, from diagram, in case of expansion of supply, point moves upward. Point of equilibrium. Point of equilibrium moves upward on the same supply curve. On the same supply curve. But in case of increase in supply, whole supply curve shifts downward to the right, downwards to the right. These are the four differences between expansion of supply and increase in supply. Now next topic is difference between contraction of supply and increase in supply. Decrease in supply. Contraction of supply and decrease in supply. Now almost same difference. In case of contraction of supply, when supply decreases, not increases, falls down. Supply falls down due to decrease in price. Then it is called contraction of supply. So whenever supply falls down or reduces due to decrease in price, then it is called contraction of supply. Whereas decrease in supply, when supply decreases due to other factors other than price, then it is called decrease in supply. Whenever supply decreases due to other factors other than price, then it is called decrease in supply. Second difference, here again same, price decreases. In case of contraction of supply, price decreases. In case of decrease in supply, price remains same. Third difference we can show through diagram. Price is OP, supply is OQ. Means at OP price, supply is OQ. Now this is contraction of supply. So when price reduces from OP to OP1, supply also reduces from OQ to OQ1. It means earlier equilibrium point was E, but now equilibrium point shifted downward to the left on the same curve, E1. Means in case of contraction of supply, point moves downward on the same supply curve. In case of decrease in supply, price remains same, but due to, here supply curve is like this, but due to some other factors, not due to price, due to some other factors, if supply decreases, then whole supply curve will be shifted. S and here S1. In which direction supply curve shifted? Upward to the left. This is called upward to the left, and in case of increase supply, this is called downward to the right. Now fourth difference, here point of equilibrium moves downward on the same curve. But in case of decrease in supply, whole supply curve shifts upward to the left, upward to the left. These are the differences between expansion and increase in supply, and second one is contraction and decrease in supply. So in case of expansion and increase supply, once again supply increases due to increase in price, that is called expansion of supply. In case of increase in supply, when supply increases due to other factors other than price. In case of expansion of supply, only price increases, other factors remain same. But in case of increase in supply, price remains same, other factors changes. Then on the basis of diagram, I have shown diagram like this. Then on the basis of diagram, fourth difference, in case of expansion of supply, point moves upward, point moves upward on the same curve, on the same supply curve. In case of increasing supply, whole supply curve is shifting downward to the right. Now in case of contraction and decrease in supply, definition of contraction of supply. Whenever supply falls down due to decrease in price, means whenever price decreases, supply also reduces. This is called a contraction of supply. In case of decrease in supply, whenever supply decreases due to other factors other than price, means second difference, in case of contraction of supply, price reduces or decreases, but in case of decrease in supply, price remains same, only other factors changes. Then diagram, and fourth point, on the basis of diagram, in case of contraction of supply, only point moves, point of equilibrium moves downward but on the same curve. Point moves downward on the same curve. But in case of decrease in supply, whole supply curve shifts upward to the left. That's why expansion and contraction is called movement along a supply curve, whereas increase in supply and decrease in supply is called movement along a supply curve. This is called this is called shift in supply curve. Increase and decrease is called shift in supply curve. Now last topic is how equilibrium price is determined. Last topic of this chapter, how equilibrium price is determined in case of supply. How equilibrium price is determined. Now we all know, in case of supply and demand, what is the law of demand and what is law of supply. First of all, once again, law of demand. For determining price of any commodity, we must know about law of demand and law of supply. First, law of demand. When price of any particular commodity increases, its demand rises. Its demand rises. And on the other hand, when price of any particular commodity decreases, when price decreases, its demand, when price of any particular commodity increases, demand falls down, and on the other hand, when price decreases, demand rises. Falls down means contract and rises means expand. Other factors remaining same. Other factors remaining same. It shows that there is negative or inverse or indirect relation between price and demand. First law of demand is completed. Whenever price of any particular commodity rises or increases, its demand falls down or contracts. On the other hand, if price of any particular commodity decreases, its demand rises or expands. Other factors remaining same, means there is no change in other factors. It means there is negative relation or inverse relation or indirect relation between price and demand. Next, law of supply. Law of supply, today we have done that whenever price of any particular commodity rises or increases, whenever price of any particular commodity rises, its supply expands. On the other hand, if price of any particular commodity falls down, its supply also falls down, means contracts down. Other factors remaining constant. Other factors remaining constant. It shows that there is positive or direct relation between price and supply. Now we have done law of demand and law of supply. On the basis of law of demand and on the basis of law of supply, I am going to prepare a diagram. X, Y, now this diagram shows that OP is the price. OP is the price. and OQ. OQ represents both demand and supply. Now we know that there is negative relation between price and demand. There is negative relation between price and demand, and whenever there is negative relation or inverse relation or indirect relation between price and demand, demand curve is always sloping downward like this. This is demand. Similarly, you also know that there is positive relation or direct relation between price and supply. Since there is positive relation between price and supply, supply curve is sloping upward like this. SS. Now both demand curve and supply curve intersecting each other at a particular point. That point is called equilibrium point. This is called equilibrium point. Or at this point, means at equilibrium point, whatever price is there, means OP is the price, whatever price is there, that is called equilibrium price. So equilibrium point is called equilibrium price. Once again, price is OP, demand or supply both. Both are OQ. Now first, law of demand. We all know in case of law of demand, there is negative relation between price and demand. That's why demand curve is sloping downward. Demand curve is sloping downward. Similarly, there is positive relation between price and supply. That's why supply curve is sloping upward. Both demand curve and supply curve, means both DD and SS intersect each other at a particular point. That point is called equilibrium point, and at this point whatever price is there, means in front of equilibrium point whatever price is there, that is called equilibrium price. In this way equilibrium price is determined. In short, equilibrium price means when demand curve is equal to supply curve, or we can say where demand curve intersect supply curve. That is called equilibrium price. So once again, how and this equilibrium price is also known as, this system is also known as price mechanism. Price mechanism. In price mechanism, price is automatically decided for any particular commodity on the basis of demand and supply of commodity. So whenever, once again, law of demand, whenever price of any particular commodity increases, its demand falls down, means contracts. On the other hand, when price decreases, its demand rises or expands. It shows that there is negative relation between price and demand, other factors remaining constant. Second part, we all know law of supply. Whenever price of any particular commodity rises, its supply expands. On the other hand, whenever price decreases, its supply also decreases or contracts. It means there is positive or negative relation, positive or direct relation between price and supply. In case of law of demand, there is negative relation, that's why demand curve is sloping downward. And in case of law of supply, there is positive relation between price and supply, that's why supply curve is sloping upward. Both are moving in the opposite direction. Demand curve is sloping downward, supply curve is sloping upward. It means both are moving in the opposite direction. That's why at a point they will intersect each other, and that intersection point is called equilibrium point. And at this point, whatever price is there, that is called equilibrium price. In this way, price is determined on the basis of demand and supply. This system is also known as price mechanism. And in this way, chapter number 4 is also completed.